When I was a wee lad, you didn't have a choice but to be a fan of at least one of the big top three metal bands. You were either a fan of Avenged Sevenfold, a fan of Disturbed, or a fan of Slipknot. Maybe you're like me and you're a fan of all three. Maybe you're not like me and you're not a fan of any of them. In which case, what are you doing? Um, but the metal scene is changing fast. So, who are the new giants of 2025? Let's break it down. So, I asked ChatGPT this question. I thought this would be a super fun kind of idea. so, what ChatGPT told me the top three were gonna be were Spirit Box, Lorna Shore, and Sleep Token. That's a pretty good guess. They're using like all the data from the internet and everything for that. Um, that's not bad. Spirit Box, they've got like a huge following. They kind of got like the mainstream elements, like people that aren't even really super deep into the metal scene. They still listen to Spirit Box. Um, Lorna Shore, they caught fire really fast. Will Ramos, he got a lot of attention really fast. I haven't really heard much from him in a while though. Maybe that's just because I'm not looking. They're definitely on the heavier side. Um, and then you got Sleep Token, which Sleep Token gets a lot of mixed reviews from both sides. I feel like you either absolutely love Sleep Token and because they're so innovative with their sound, or you hate Sleep Token and they're like a TikTok metal band for you. I'm kind of right there in the middle. I mean I haven't been crazy about anything I've heard from them, but I also haven't gone out of my way to just keep listening to them and try to find something I like. So you know, to each his own. Um, I actually asked ChatGPT again for three new answers. The second time, it gave me Spirit Box, Architects, and Motionless White. I like that. I feel like that's a lot closer to what it's actually gonna be like. Um, Spirit Box is definitely like they've definitely got a lot of eyes on them. Same with Architects. Architects has got that Bring Me the Horizon kind of energy. They came from like the same place in England, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and they're definitely going more for that kind of mainstream sound within the metalcore to kind of get more attention. I feel like, while still staying true to like their heavy roots a little bit. And then Motionless White, they're again kind of doing the same thing. Like they know what the people want to hear, and they're trying to cater to their audience and a bigger audience all the time. So that's a very fair judgment, I'd say. Motionless and White, like I mean, I feel like they've got the super catchy cleans with Chris Motionless. If you've heard the Creatures album, you might be a lifelong fan just from listening to that album. I know that was definitely my favorite. But I'm going to go over what I think the top three metal artists, the big three metal artists of 2025 are going to be. And this is just purely based off of opinion. If you disagree, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But this is just based off of like I guess my own taste a little bit, and then kind of how I see the scene, and just the way I see it. So in no particular order, number one, we got Falling in Reverse. Okay, as far as blending metalcore with mainstream goes, they are the kings. Ronnie is seamlessly has integrated all different types of music within the metal scene, with like rap and punk and rock and everything. Um, and he's like the modern day rock star. Like when you think of like actual, like, it sounds cliche now, but like rock stars, like from people in your dad's band, the bands your dad used to listen to, Ronnie fits the bill. Like he's definitely got all eyes on him. He has packaged his music videos in such a way that they're like Hollywood tier graphics. He's got a huge following with streaming platforms and like everything he does, and arena ready anthems. He's got that in spades. So I've got high hopes that he's going to drop something this year, and I can't wait to see what it is. And I feel like the whole metal scene will have eyes on him, kind of like they did for the previous album, as he was releasing all those singles. So that's going to be really cool to see. Number 2, August Burns Red, the metalcore veterans. I feel like there's enough said there. I can't really give you an answer for this one, other than one of the reasons I came up with these names for the top 3 is because you'll notice that none of these bands are ones that just caught fire super recently. Like, they're older, well-established bands. But I think in today's age where anybody can just upload music to the internet at the drop of a pen, we're going to get more and more of people wanting a loyal band that they know has been around for a while and that they know consistently delivers, that they're going to give their attention to. Attention's a valuable thing. And I feel like you're not always just going to like go for one. You might for a little bit, but then, you kind of fall back to what you know and what you love. And I feel like these 3 definitely fit the bill for that. So August Burns Red, they have maintained a massive loyal fan base, including myself, and they constantly, every year, without fail, drop something. They never leave you hanging for too long. They either remaster previous albums and like just completely kill it, or they just drop new singles or a new album out of nowhere. It's like it just comes out of nowhere. And I freaking love that about August. And they're always on point with their music. So I feel like, as far as the metal scene goes, I feel like they're not going anywhere. They definitely seem like one of the top 3 for me. Not to mention their live shows are incredible. If you've never been to an August live show, I highly recommend it. They're even better live than they are on their albums. So there's number 2. Number 3 is Killswitch Engage. Now, there's a very specific reason I put them here. They have pioneered kind of like today's melodic metalcore in a sense, with both Jesse Leach and Howard Jones having huge waves in the metal scene. With all their, I don't know of anything else Jesse does other than Killswitch, but Howard's got all these other projects that are huge, but people still kind of associate with him with Killswitch because, Killswitch with Howard was like the golden era for a lot of metalheads. So, it's undeniable that they have a huge influence on the metal world. I haven't even heard the new album yet. I was actually planning on doing it as a live stream, just to kind of test the waters with that. So I haven't listened to that yet, but I'm highly anticipating it and playing it on repeat. But even now, to this very day, I still go back and constantly listen to the old Killswitch Engage albums. If you've ever been a Killswitch fan, I can't imagine that you don't do the same. So I think they're still going to be in the top 3 for 2025. And that's my 3. However, I have an honorable mention. What's this? A 4th number, you say? Periphery, the progressive innovators. While their gent-heavy and complex compositions may not dominate mainstream metalcore, Periphery continues to push the genre forward. They are just one of those progressive bands that is always pushing the envelope with what they can do with their sound. I love them so much. They are good. They are dedicated to technical mastery. It really shows in their music. It was actually a very close decision with Periphery and Killswitch for me, as to who I would put in the top three for 2025. That's how close it was. They have such a beautiful, elegant sound, such a balance of harmonies, and Spencer's beautiful voice with his aggressive screams, and um, you just never know what you're gonna get when you're listening to a Periphery album or a Periphery song, and I think that that's a such an underrated feature within the metal scene is the unexpected aspect. I feel like everybody's looking for that extra little oomph you get when a song, and that's probably why a lot of people like Sleep Token and bands like that kind of push the envelope. But that's my list. I just thought this was a really cool idea, and I wanted to kind of like lay out what I thought the top three metal bands for 2025 would be, and see if anybody out there, has any opinions that are like mine or maybe different. Let me know. If you've got other contenders you think fit the bill, I would love to check them out. So, nevertheless, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out this one as well. You're going to love it. Thanks. Stay metal.